Hey guys, it's Kevin again, and this is going to be my review for Fargo Season 1, Episode 9, A Fox, a Rabbit, and a Cabbage. And this episode, wow, another really great episode from this show. I was really looking forward to this episode, and you know what, guys? This was probably the best episode of the season so far. I thought it was really, really intense. Really, really great scenes in this episode. A lot of stuff I really was not expecting. And I'm really looking forward to the finale. The finale is going to be awesome. It's 90 minutes, and it's going to be really awesome next week. So, let's just get to this episode. Basically, if you remember, Lester, in the last episode, Lester noticed Lorne at a bar in Vegas last week. And basically, we find out what Lorne is doing. Lorne has been working as a dentist employee, searching for a $100,000 bounty. But when Lester comes up to him and is persistent that Lorne acknowledged they know better, they know each other, Lorne pretends not to know him. So I thought that was very interesting because we got to see more of what Lorne is doing, actually, and I liked that about this episode. So basically we see that Lester comes up to him and is persistent that Lorne acknowledges that they know each other, but Lorne is pretending they don't. And Lorne asks Lester, "Is this what you want?" And this obviously harkens back to their first interaction when Lorne asked the same thing. Because that time Lester didn't answer, so Lorne killed Sam Hess anyway. But this time, Lester answers in the affirmative, so Lorne kills the 3 people he has been working under for 6 months, which is really, really big because, again, Lorne just kills somebody. If Lester tells him to kill them, he's going to kill them. So he has been working under for 6 months, and Lester then hits Lorne on the head and tries to escape, something that spills certain doom for Lester. Obviously, that's not good. We do see that Lorne has become very, very popular. He has a lot of friends. He actually has a girlfriend, believe it or not, which was pretty big. He has a lot going for him. He actually had a big conversation at the party and making a lot of people laugh, and Lorne's actually become very successful, just like Lester. Now, Lester is constantly in fear for his life, and rightfully so. He leaves Vegas with Linda, but he's always looking out for Lorne, who knows he is coming. So that's pretty interesting. So Molly and Gus, we see Molly and Gus, and basically their marriage seems to be working out actually pretty well, and they've become a pretty happy couple overall. And Lou and Greta seem to be really taking to their new family members, and Gus seems to be enjoying being a mailman too. And there's not too much to complain about for their family. They have a very nice family actually, and I'm happy it's working out for them. So, since Molly's pregnant, that doesn't stop her from doing, police work. Because after getting a call connecting Lester to the elevator murders in Vegas, Molly heads over to talk to Lester with unexpected help from Linda. Now, Lester makes up a story and seemingly convinces Molly that he wasn't involved. It's kind of like the story he made up about Pearl. This is really connecting. I like how a lot of this is connecting to the first 2 episodes of the show. I definitely thought that was really interesting because, these are the final 2 episodes of the show, so it's really big. And he promises to stay in town, but Lester and Linda still have plans to fly to Acapulco. Now, Linda, in the meantime, has no idea what's going on. She doesn't know what to think right now. She doesn't know what to think. So, basically, what ends up happening after this is that, basically, it's really intense here, because I just thought it got really, really intense, really awesome, and I definitely really enjoyed that, when we got to this part of the episode. It was really awesome here. So, we know he's lying, of course, but it's pretty big, because Lorne then visits Lester's old home, and he has no luck finding him. He doesn't know where he is, and he wants to find Lester, but Lester, of course, isn't there. He doesn't know that Lester's new life, that he's moved, and he has all this new stuff. He doesn't know about that. He goes to Lou's diner, but Lou is wary and never gives Lorne a straight answer. So it's a very incredible, tense scene, though. Basically, Lorne, we're expecting Lorne to take out Lou right then and there to add to this tension, but that's not what happens, because Molly's driving toward the diner and arrives as Lorne's still there. She enters through one door, exits through a different one, and it's pretty cool because, of course, she doesn't know that this is Lorne because he's changed his hair color and everything. So, but at the same time, as Lorne is leaving the parking lot, Budge and Pepper are arriving. Fargo, Budge and Pepper are finally arriving, and Lester and Linda, they're about to leave town. They have to leave town now, because they have to stop at his office, and Lester isn't stupid and knows that Lorne is waiting there to kill him. He knows that that's going to happen. So, Lester asks Linda to go grab the money and passports for him, and she happily obliges. He even gives her that bright, unmistakable winter coat to wear and instructs her to put on the hood. And, basically, you just think, no, and it's like he doesn't care, because Lorne then pops up, shoots Linda right in the head. Lester's cold-blooded, and, it's just really big because Lester's really changed after this. He doesn't even care that Linda's dead, and Lester has officially changed, and now he's a second wife to the Slaughter, and Lester really doesn't give two shits about the Cabbage, and the reason it's called A Fox, Rabbit, and a Cabbage is because of Budge and Pepper, basically. That's why it's called Fox, Rabbit, and a Cabbage. I thought that was definitely pretty interesting, though. Now, there's more that we definitely need to talk about, of course. That was, the main plot of the episode. That was pretty big, actually. Basically, they finished each other's sentence, and they finally get a bit of vindication when they believe her claims and somewhat chastise Bill for ignoring Molly's detective work, which is pretty interesting. So, next week's episode is 90 minutes, as I said. So, a lot's gonna happen next week, definitely. I'm really looking forward to next week's episode. I think it's gonna be really intense, and I'm really looking forward to it. A couple things, though, that I do want to talk about. The beginning of the episode was very well done, very intense. I really liked the way they did the Lester and Lorne conversation. Very, very well done. I really did enjoy that. I think the show is getting better and better every episode. And, that's really big, that they decided to do that. But basically, also, by the way, Fox, Rabbit, and Cabbage, let me explain it. Basically, here's the story. The farmer must figure out how to transport a fox, rabbit, and cabbage across the river if the boat can hold only one item at a time, and certain duos can't be left alone. The fox will eat the rabbit, for example. Now, the solution involves finding a way to get all three across without any of them dying. It's possible, and the fun is in figuring out how. But when Budge and Pepper talk about it while holed up in the file room, Pepper offers a different solution, shove them all inside of each other. That's pretty big, because the fox and the rabbit is, of course, relating to Lorne and Lester right now. Now, I thought Lorne and Lester were going to have some sort of, like, a business opportunity and some sort of work together, but that's not what the show is at all. When I first saw the show, I thought, okay, they're going to work together, but that's not what happened on the show, and I gotta command this show, and I'm definitely looking forward to the finale, as I said. I think the finale is going to be really, really awesome, and I'm definitely really, really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be very, very good. But a couple things I need to know now about this finale. One, the finale is 90 minutes long. The pilot was also 90 minutes long. I really like the references we got to the pilot in this episode. But do you think that Lester is going to die? I think with what Lester has just done, he is now going to die. He just killed his own wife, which he doesn't even care about. So I think Lester's probably going to die. I know he's probably going to die. I'm going to say that right now. I think Lester's probably he's going to get axed from the show, and he's probably going to die. As far as Lorne, I think Lorne, he's gonna die too. They're gonna, kill him or something. And Molly and Gus are gonna be the last two standing on this show, because Molly and Gus have it good now. However, I still am thinking Gus is gonna die. Gus doesn't have too much to do right now, actually, which, is okay, I guess, because I understand why, but I want him to have something to do next week. It seems like next week he is gonna have something to do. Of course, there's a lot of questions that still need to be answered. What is Lester going to do next? Is he going to, Lorne doesn't even realize he killed Linda. He thought that was Lester, and he doesn't realize that he killed Linda, so that's a pretty big thing. So, what's going to happen with the whole Lorne and Lester thing? I really don't know what's going to happen there. We're just going to have to see what happens there, because it's going to be really cool to see what happens there. As far as Molly and Gus go, and Greta, them, what's going to happen with them? I'm looking, what's going to happen there? Who's going to die? I feel like a bunch of people are going to die in this finale. Budge and Pepper, I think they're probably going to die as well. They're minor characters, so I think they're probably going to die. Will Molly be able to convince Bill that she was correct about this case the whole time? Is Molly, going to get back on this whole case? Because she never really solved it, so is she going to be able to finally solve this case? I think she's finally going to be able to solve this case. She's going to be able to close it in this episode. Because the show is a mini-series, They did say next season it's not going to be, unfortunately, not going to be the same actors and actresses, which is, unfortunately, sad. But the thing is, this show overall has been very, very good, and I feel like this show is it gets better and better every episode, and this episode really was fantastic, and there were just a lot of things I really enjoyed about this episode. Again, I really like that we saw a lot more of Lorne in this episode, because we didn't see a lot of Lorne in the other episode, and this one we did see a lot of Lorne, and I like that in this episode. I also, of course, as I said, I liked the references to the to the first 2 episodes. I really enjoyed the way they did that in this episode. I thought that was definitely very, very well done. Really, really enjoyed that a lot. Definitely, that was one of my favorite parts of the episode, was all the references that they had in this episode. But overall, I'm really looking forward to the finale. I think it's going to be a really awesome finale, and it should be really awesome. Now, my problem is, I have 2 things I could be watching. Now, Awkward's an hour next week, I forgot to say. Awkward's an hour, and they're having their finale. Fargo's 90 minutes, so I really don't know which one I'm going to watch. Most likely, I really don't know. We'll have to see. But what I usually do is I watch Awkward, then I watch the rest of Fargo, and then I watch the encore of Fargo. But that's it in my review. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys saw this episode overall. I thought it was probably the best episode of the season. I really, really enjoyed this episode. I love how sadistic Lester got at the end of the episode. He really doesn't give a shit that he killed his wife, Lorne killed his wife. But this is my review. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in my next video, which will be for... I guess it won't be till I review Orange is the New Black, so I will see you guys for that. Okay, which I might actually review that maybe tomorrow, because I don't have anything Thursdays, so I might review that to you actually tomorrow. So, actually no, my next review will be for another classic movie review, because I want to watch at least 2 today, and I will watch them, so I'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye!